Hey, it's from Diane from Style Falcon. It's the last day of January 2026. Here's what's going on in the Style Falcon sewing studio this week. It was literally 0 degrees Fahrenheit in Connecticut this morning when I got up, so it's a great day to be in the sewing studio and not outside. So here's what I have going on. The big news is that the next Style Falcon sewing pattern, the Daring Duster, has gone off for pattern testing today. Here are a couple samples that I've sewn, and I can tell you a little bit. It's a little bit of a sneak peek of what the Daring Duster is all about. It's a third piece. It's a light piece of outerwear or a layering piece that you can wear. There's a couple of options. One is this sort of straight cut gilet style vest, and I have a fashion illustration of that has been created already. I've been working with the fashion illustrator on that. We're still working on the second one, which is sort of more of a jacket style. That has a collar and it has a cuff that has a vented cuff with a turn back, which is a face cuff, and you could do a contrast facing if you wanted. It's an open front. It has a split back, which is the cool thing that I'm really excited about with this. And when you walk, it moves. And also it has pretty high side slits, so it also moves a little bit when you walk there too. So it just has a lot of movement. It's meant to be something that's light, something that you can easily shrug on and shrug off. And it's meant to just add that third sort of polished layering piece, whether you're as a light piece of outerwear or something that you wear if you're going to work, or if you're going to a special occasion kind of thing and you just need a light third piece to wear. Or even just for any kind of occasion where you're outside, you're out and about. Any time that you have an outfit on and you have a third piece on, you're always just a little more dressed up, you're a little more put together. It really helps pull an outfit together. I'm a big fan of the third piece, and I hope that you are too. It's one of the great little tricks for dressing. You notice if you watch movies, you watch TV, it's a great trick that costume designers like to use. You'll often notice that somebody, if they have a third piece, a third garment on, that person always looks a little more powerful, a little more in charge, a little more competent and intelligent than, say, like another character who's just wearing, say, like a shirt and a pair of pants, or a shirt and a skirt or something like that. The person who's got 3 pieces on just looks has a little more something going on. And that's because, believe it or not, in your ancient reptile brain, more is more. It sounds silly, but it's the truth. It's the reason why, back in olden times, wealthy people would just wear a ton of stuff. They would just wear like everything that they could to make themselves look as powerful and wealthy as possible. And even though today we know that that's not necessary to look great, it still is the way that part of your brain still responds to that. No one's going to walk around dressed, in jewelry and over the top garments from head to toe wherever you go, but you can still just wear even just one extra garment or an extra accessory or something else to draw the eye, that third piece to just create a look. So that's really what the Daring Duster is meant to do. It is a duster length, so it falls to the knee. I'm really excited about it, and the testers are too. I got a lot of response from the testers. So it goes out just a little bit of info, a little insider info about how the testing process works. I try to get a tester for each of the 11 Style Falcon sizes, and I try to get testers to do some of each of the different views so that I get a good range. And the testers are from all over the world. I have try to get people from different points of view so that people, whether they're using the metric system or the imperial system, I'm getting good feedback either way. People around the world have different access to different types of textiles, different types of trims and other materials, and sometimes they understand directions or they understand materials or techniques differently. So it's great to have international feedback, because it is an international hobby, an international brand. So it's good to have that kind of feedback. So getting a pattern out for testing is really like getting it out for all of you to try. Really, it's got to be 99% ready to go. In my view, I don't put something out if it's kind of half baked. It's got to be like 99% baked. But that testing feedback is really important. And if I really feel that something isn't ready for prime time, I will take it back and I will rework it from head to toe, maybe if necessary. I hope it's not going to be that way, but I really do value the feedback. There is a lot of work that the testers do. What they have to do is look at everything from top to bottom. There's a very extensive feedback form they have to fill out. I want them to keep track of how much time it takes them to sew the pattern, and they provide feedback on every single element of it, from how much I recommend it type of fabric they buy, how much yardage they have to buy, the layout for the cutting layout, every single element of all the directions, every single element of the fit. It's pretty extensive. And to get it ready, it's like I have to put it out there for the public. So, I mean, something I spent time doing was just like testing the printed home pattern to make sure that it worked. Testing all the different pieces of it, everything, just one last time to make sure that it was all ready to go. And it was. So I'm really excited to get that out there and to get it ready for everybody to try. This is scheduled to go out to y'all pretty soon in the spring. So it'll be the perfect little spring and summer thing to have, whether you're going on vacation or just for your life in general. So I'm really excited about that. A couple of other things that are happening here around Style Falcon. I've been continuing to work with the grader has that other new pattern that is out there so I'm excited to see what she comes back with. I have the next newsletter that I'm writing up, and that will be going out tomorrow, February 1st, to everybody. So you can, if you're not part of the Style Falcon flock, please go to stylefalcon.net and sign up for that so that you'll get that. Because that's where you'll get the best info about what's going on. You'll get news and offers and all kinds of cool things like that. My sewing tip this week concerns how to manage to do a collar cleanly. I think that a lot of people really struggle with how to sew a collar. Sometimes you'll see the instructions will say to stitch in the ditch, to get the collar to set into the body of the bodice along the neckline easily. And I think that's sometimes a little bit of a fool's errand because it's just really hard to get a nice clean sew through there. So often what I'll do in my instructions is I'll have top stitching along the collar, and what you can do with top stitching, and this is the make a point shirt, which I'm showing you because I use contrasting top stitching here, is you just do a top stitching along and you just move the needle over a couple clicks. And that way when you do it, you'll see you'll get a nice clean top stitch on both sides. And you don't have to have any of this stitch in the ditch stuff, which is really hard to get it to go in really nicely and evenly on both sides. But if you do a top stitch and you're just moving the needle over a little bit, it's magic, and it'll always work very cleanly that way. It's the same technique that I do use in the Daring Duster for its collar. It doesn't have a stand collar, it's just a plain collar, but it's the same technique. It's really easy that way. And if you are going to do some top stitching on any collar for a collared shirt or jacket or something, give that a try. And I think that you'll be really pleased with how it turns out. I hope you're having a good weekend in front of the sewing machine, whatever you're doing. This is Diane from Style Falcon. Thanks for watching.